What's up guys, Matt here, and I'm back today with my key takeaways from Jay Shetty's program, 2021 Reset, New Habits for a New Time. It's day 5, all about overcoming failure. Something that we're all familiar with, we all struggle with this, including myself for sure. If you are already a subscriber, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and you get more content on personal growth and communication skills. If you haven't watched days 1 to 4 already, there will be a link in the description below. Make sure to check those out. Full of content. It's all about how to create new habits, how to break bad habits, the best morning and nighttime routines for a great life, and how to deal with issues around time and money, and how to spend both of those. So step 1 of overcoming failure is to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now the real step 1 of how to overcome failure is to expect failure. Now I know this sounds counterintuitive, but notice I didn't say want failure. I didn't say hope for failure. I said expect failure. The thing is, with so many of us, especially when we're trying something new in life, we think that success is going to be in a straight line. But that's not the reality. It tends to go up and down, peaks and troughs, and hopefully it's going to be generally trending in an upwards direction. But failure is part of life. No matter what we do, if we do something challenging, if we do something hard, if we do something new, if we do something meaningful, which probably means it's going to be challenging, there will be failure. Jay Shetty gives the example of Thomas Edison, who is credited with inventing the light bulb. And he is said to have failed 9,999 times. I mean, let's be honest, you kind of forgive the guy for giving up at that point. You might have said, yeah, Thomas, I mean, maybe try something else now? But the point is, if he hadn't tried just one more time, he would have never invented the light bulb. And I'd like to think at this point someone else would have. We wouldn't still be living in the dark. But it definitely would have prolonged the amount of time it took for people to invent it. When we don't expect failure, it can be devastating when it hits us. It's like a punch in the face. It can knock us down, and it can be so hard to get back up. But if we know it's gonna come, it's gonna happen, and that is absolutely normal, when it does, it will not devastate us in the same way. It also means that we can prepare for failure. And that links into step 2, which is planning for failure. And to do this, we need to have made the decision that no matter what happens, we show up every single day. In whatever it is that we're trying to do, we keep showing up. The analogy that Jay gives is that we're like the sun. Every single day the sun is there. And yeah, sometimes there's clouds, sometimes there's rain, sometimes there's so much of it we can't even feel the sun, we can't see it. It might seem like it's not even there, but it always is. And when those clouds pass, when that rain passes, then it shines out and everyone can feel it, appreciate it, see it, have a plan for the bad days, have already decided that when things aren't going well, we're still going to step up. The third thing you have to do to overcome failure is to have compassion, not judgment. Let me ask you, if you had a friend who had some kind of failure and they're feeling so upset about it, they're angry about it, they're frustrated, and they come to you, do you kick them when they're down? I mean, I hope you don't. But no, we don't do that. We support them. We listen to them. We try to build back their confidence. Tell them it's going to be okay. Try to get them in the frame of mind so they can go back out there and do it again. But the thing is, if we experience the same thing as that friend, do we treat ourselves with that level of compassion? And unfortunately for a lot of us, the answer is no. We often do the opposite. It's judgment that leads us to think things like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not able for this. It's too much for me. And do those mindsets put us in the kind of place where we have the confidence to get back up and try again? Of course not. And that is why we need to stay away from that kind of judgment. So what does compassion look like? Well, compassion is showing understanding. It's listening. It's recognizing that maybe things didn't go well, but you tried everything you could. You did everything with what you had at that time. And that was all you could do. It's noticing that maybe you were sick or you had too much on your plate. You were trying to do too much. That you're new to something and that you're not gonna be perfect at the beginning. Compassion is saying, okay, well, what can we learn from this? What could I do better next time? Show compassion, not judgment. And the fourth way to overcome failure is to capture the positive memories, the successes that you have in whatever you're doing. And the reason why this is so important is that we are naturally wired to focus on the negative, to see the things that went wrong. For example, if you did a project and you had 10 people say, hey, great job, and one person says, yeah, didn't like it. Which comment do you go to bed thinking of that night? It's probably the one negative one. We naturally look for the negative. And that's why we have to intentionally bring in positive thoughts into our brains. And it's when failure happens and you're feeling down and you're feeling like giving up, if you've captured the good stuff, the successes, and you can look at them and remind yourself of the times you've done well, of the times when things have gone to plan, that will help give you the confidence to keep going and to not get caught in a negativity spiral of failure. And the fifth thing that we need to do to overcome failure is to find inspiring people that deal with failure really, really well and learn from them. So for me, I'm thinking of Michael Jordan. You might have seen the documentary The Last Dance. And I found it so interesting in this because whenever he failed, he didn't beat himself up about it. He actually used the failure as fuel to come back even stronger, to come back more powerful, to try harder, to be more motivated. What an amazing mindset. Imagine if that's what you did every single time you failed. You use that failure to be better. How different would your life look? It's almost no wonder that he became as successful as he did. Doing this throughout his whole life. We should do the same thing. Use the failure to propel yourself to success. So who's the person who inspires you, who you can learn from how they fail? So that's it. Those are the 5 ways to overcome failure. If you haven't already, make sure to check out day 1 to day 4 of my key takeaways on Jay Shetty's program 2021 Reset. The videos are going to be in the description below. Honestly guys, there's some really good material in there, and if you can implement those steps, I truly do believe that you can make this an amazing year, and that is really what I want for you. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you next time.